Alright, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with all this. I've seen the view counts, guys. You don't want good stories. Oh, no, no, no. You don't want to read unusual good stories. Oh, no, 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 no. You guys all want the same thing over and over again. You just want the bad fix. And you don't want even original bad fix. No, 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 no. You want the bad fix you've heard about. It's, oh, I want to hear about Mike. I want to hear about Reality Check. Oh, I want to hear about Infinity War. You guys don't want originality. You never have wanted originality. So you know what? Fine. I'm going to throw away my scruples, and I'm going to give you what you want. Here's End of Ends and that freaking no good My Immortal Fic. Ready? We now take you live to the other studio where we will proceed to read you the timeless tale, The Infinity Gauntlet. Enjoy. What the? Issue 24. On the front cover, we have Thanos holding the various heroes over a grill, with his tongs holding Wolverine up high. Thanos' only remark, "I am the master of space, time, and barbecue sauce." As Drax and the others are really chilling down in the fire. So yes, we are actually beginning the story of the Infinity Mitten. Thanos stands next to Mephisto, looking over these giant sized Mount Rushmore heads that he has made of himself with glasses, himself looking chill, and himself looking off in the distance. And beneath him is a giant word that says only Doug. Meanwhile, little baby Superman is flying away on a piece of kryptonite. Now that I wear the mitten, it begins. What begins, oh mighty Thermos? Tell me. Mephisto. Love begins. I have a date with Destiny? No, that was a passing fancy. Duty? No, she was worse than death. I've got a date with death. So why did you bring me along? We're double dating her sister. Death's sister? Yes. Texas. Thanos says as he holds up a beautiful wreath. The next day, after visiting and enjoying a lovely hour in the show, Mephisto walks hand in tentacle with Taxes, who is a giant blood-sucking worm. Oh, you saw that coming. Meanwhile, Thanos is walking away with the love of his life, death. And all through the picture, she gives me the cold shoulder and an icy stare. Death doesn't love me. Nonsense. She gives everyone the cold shoulder and an icy stare. She's deaf, stupid. Oh yeah, by the way, how was your date? Don't ask. Oh, she wants my money. Well, I'll win Death's love somehow. I'll show her the power of the Infinity Mitten. I'll make Frenchman polite, Dan Quayle popular, humor comic sell! Wait, I got something even better. I'll create here for her, and using the power of the almighty Infinity Mitten, he creates a giant house. Death House! Yawn. God! What dame doesn't like real estate? How do I get through to her? I think I got the answer. She placed this ad in the personal section. Let's see. Single, white, death, mistress of death. Type seeks partner for outdoor activities. And cosmic devastation. Must be megalomaniacal, psychotic, aggressive, non-smoker. Widower's preferred. Dial number 90210. Thanos, seeing this, gets an idea as he brings out the Infinity Mitten, which is, of course, just a boxing glove with some Super Nintendo buttons on it. So that's it. Why, with this mitten, I can wipe out half the population of the galaxy. This will win her love. And as we all know, Thanos is right, as a bunch of various little egos look on in horror. And thus, with the phantasmagorical spasm, half of all life in the galaxy is gone. Unfortunately, it was the lower half. As suddenly, thousands, no, countless of people find their lower halves gone. Their legs, their groins, everything gone. I like to see you people tell me how Thanos is right in this case. No, they should have gotten rid of the upper half. True. Wait a minute, it's all in the rest. I know, just ought to do it. And this, both Mephisto and Death yawn, bored. Elsewhere, in another dimension. But this evil omen is not lost on the sky-high fathers of Earth, the real gods of men, the money gods. We have Chief Wampum, American Indian, Dayen, Japan, Muda, USA, Lord Pound, England, Tesa Grande, Mexico, and Red Ruble, Russia. As they all proceed to watch the ticker tape fly by. The Universal Exchange State is flexing. Someone is tampering with the cosmic index of misleading indicators. What can we do? With the oath hovering on the brink of complete disaster, Selman Sen! Elsewhere, two artists begin to talk over the news comic. Thermos laughs out once again. Doug, I can't believe it. We got this deadline east. Right you are, HB. Ha! What? My brush! My script! No! Randy will never believe this. Are you sure? No, you're right. And again, somewhere King Kong stands on top of the Empire State Building, holding an innocent Sue Richards in his hand. Commander, we'll have to shut down. Negative, you might hit the woman too. And at that moment, the defenseless woman disappears, leaving poor King Kong defenseless. Uh-oh. And again, a ship is sinking, but stopped. Hey, we're not sinking anymore! Superman flies out, holding the ship above his head. It's a superhero! We're being lifted to the sky! We're saved! Yay! At that point, Thanos causes him to disappear as well. Boop! Ah, shit! Meanwhile, back in the Avengers HQ. Verily, we must stop that Thermos and smite the power of the Infinity Mitten. Why should we? Fizzin asks. Because we're heroes, mostly. And that's what we do, usually. No, Thermal's bad. Must be thumped. No, to restore the cosmic balance, the status quo, the eternal equilibrium. No, you morons, because of its science! All the Avengers turn around to see an insurance salesman. The way Wall Street sees it, if you don't succeed, the insurance claims alone will put this planet out of business. So how are we going to stop Thermos? The Avengers gather around a circle. I, Adam Warlocks, have a plan. Do we get strategy now? Diagrams, code words, hand signals, asks Tony. Nah. Well, Logan objects. We're going to do what large groups of superheroes always do. Pose for a photo op. And so, does Drax, Thor, Hulk, Namor, Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, Tony, Logan, Captain America, Adam Warlock, She-Hulk, Cloak, Scarlet Witch, and that flame guy whose name I could never remember all pose while Pulsar holds a giant cool picture. As Spider-Man does the only thing he can do. Take a picture. Oh, why am I always the only guy with a camera? Meanwhile, back at Death House. Oh boy, a package for me. Perhaps fan mail from survivors. Thanos says as he looks at the giant FedEx package set out right for him. But then, pussing out of the box is a great fist of the Incredible Hulk, who uppercuts him! Fed-ups, when it absolutely, possibility has to be there by the next page. Bill recipient, eh? You're dead! And thus, as a giant group, the Avengers plus Drax all leap out at once! Let's get on! Grr. Ah, so you come at last. It's an epic battle. You guys can't really see it because this is an audiobook, so you guys are just gonna have to believe me when I say that this fight is epic. All held into one teeny weeny little panel. Drink that for your face. Give me him in! Him again! And the battle is joined, while others apply to glue. And somewhere on a lonely asteroid, Adam Warlock and Silver Surfer watches. Your secret plan is working, Warlock. They are following your carefully laid out combat tactics, intricate logical strategies, and yeah, they're beating the crap out of them. Right. Meanwhile, back with Mephisto, who watches. I, Mephisto, am witness to the Battle of Battles. Now the cosmos hangs in the balance. Oh boy, I love cosmic battles. Right next to Mephisto is Thanos, who's putting his hand to his side. They're my favorite kind. Mephisto, utterly surprised at seeing Thanos right next to him, has his eyeball pop out of his head in utter complete shock. As the Avengers look on who they really beat the tar out of. Spider-Man. Verily! Oops. I think you broke my camera. You know, I always knew that Spider-Man could be Marvel's whipping boy, but I didn't think they were going to leave him flat as a pancake. Realizing that they have been outmatched, the Avengers regroup. Captain America looks down, his mask hanging limply over his face. So, how do we get the mitten off Thermos now? Perhaps I should just challenge him to a duel, and borrow his gauntlet to cast down. Dr. Strange adds his opinion. I could offer to read his palm. Bulker gives Strassi manicure. Nah, let's challenge him too. Strip poker. 32 hands later, however, as good of an idea as it is, the Avengers all find themselves without clothes, utterly beaten. You idiots! I have the ultimate power of space, time, and card games! Ha 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 ha! And thusly, all the Marvel heroes have died! Yeah, from embarrassment. Ha 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 ha! As Thanos walks amongst the graves of the fallen superheroes. However, there is still hope. And lo, the Marvel Cosmic Gods have a guest appearance, as they are just too big for their own books. We have Galactus, who sits in judgment. Surrender the Infinity Mitten, puny insect. Coscomp, to check it's the Maelstrom. The mysterious, dirty old stranger. Don't ask. Have some candy, little mortal? Oh my god, I just got it. I just now got the joke. The Snatcher, the Galactic Cosmic. The Cosmic Controller, juggling the books of fate. The Falco, the Lord Editron, he who wields the Cosmic Blue Pencil. Thanos looks upon these almighty cosmic gods and reminds them, gods, big deal. I'm an atheist. Oh, shabba! And with that, the cosmic gods fade out of existence. Can't do much to an atheist, you know. Elsewhere, Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock sit in mourning. Oh, the agony! This is the end of an epoch. Why do I alone bear witness to the torment of the poor denizens of Earth, their heroes now lost forever? Here's a newsflash for you, Glavy. Adam Warlock then pulls out a 5mm Magnum. I'm sick and tired of your freaking mouth! And pumps it full of holes. I won't begin to tell you how wrong this is, but I think you stopped caring. Oh, the bitter betrayal, the treachery of Titans, the sins of the Sinister. Oh, why me? Why you? Why not? Their offer for Deceased Comics. Gasp! Without Marvel, the competition will sell like marbles, like hotcakes, like cold water until it could got finally getting ticked off at hearing Silver Surfer whine and moan and complain. Thanos asked the only thing he could from Warlock. Grr, give me that gun. Editor's note. In the interest of scientific accuracy, we would like to point out that there would be no sound in each space. So just try to imagine a lot of really loud gunshots here. Thank you. And so, Thanos stands upon the fallen heroes, his victory will in hand. Ha! Death's gotta love me now. I killed off the entire comics industry. So what? My new boyfriend is killing off the entire comics industry. And in her arms, holding him close, is the one true being that's responsible for killing off so many heroes. It's me, Mario! What's this now as we take you to our next story already in progress, as we present to you at our classic horror movie department, Who Knows What Creature Sleeps in the Bed? A woman comes over to her husband, stands over him and begins to touch his face. Her hands proceed to manipulate his body. First, turns him into Clint Eastwood. Then, a horrible Frankenstein monster. Then, starts molding his face to look like a demon. And then, starts remolding his face until it goes back to human. Susan Storm then cuddles up next to her husband. Reed is just so much fun when he's sleeping. I couldn't help it. It's a really adorable scene with Reed and Sue Richards that I just love. Hey, Mac! It's Spider-Ham? What are you doing here? I was just thinking. As long as we're doing an April Fool's gag couple of stories, why not bring me into it? Oh god, no. No, I swear, we are not doing... Spider-Pig does whatever a Spider-Pig does. Now we present to you Spider-Ham and the Green Gobbler Returns. As Liz Allen, who is actually a chicken in this universe, proceeds to walk away from Peter Porker. Thanks for agreeing to watch Normie for me, Peter. No problem, Liz. I wasn't doing anything today anyway. I'll just be a little while. I'm going to see the movie, Dances with Humans. There's guacamole in the fridge in case you get hungry. He says as he closes the door. Great, I'm starved. Oh, and my favorite show, Love Connection, comes on in a few minutes. He proceeds to get some guacamole and start watching TV, as little Normie proceeds to walk behind the couch. This will work out just fine. Little Normie's so quietly, I hardly know he's here. Come to think of it, where did that little scoundrel go? To answer his question, little Normie is proceeding to rip out the wall socket, along with his tiny tot tools. Oh well, he's only 2 years old. What kind of trouble can he possibly get into? I'll take Bachelorette number 1, Chuck. Oh, I can't believe he picked her. Normie's very well behaved when you consider his dad as the evil Green Gobbler. Oh, Spider-Ham says as he proceeds to munch on a bunch of popcorn. Fortunately, the Gobbler's still in jail, so I won't have to worry about him for a long time. He says, Normie finds the Green Gobbler mask, the gloves, the glider. Gimme. Now, let's see who our story is picked for you. What's that noise? Sounds like an incident of some kind. Well, it's probably nothing just important. Just one of the neighbors are bringing a chainsaw or something. He says as he proceeds to drink some soda and eats a hamburger. Oh, is that cute? Little Normie is flying on the gobbly glider. Boing! Little Normie flying on the gobbly glider! Before he even has a chance to react to his fire senses, Goblin knocks Peter upside the head and flies off. I gotta stop him before he hurts himself. Correction. I better stop him before he hurts me. Moving quickly, Peter Porker doffs off his civilian clothes to put on his costume. Unfortunately, he only has a chance to get the top and mask on before little Normie proceeds to whap him upside the head again. If I'm going to action, I better do a Spider-Ham. This is what the fans expect. No! Darn it, Normie. Well, at least wait until you get my costume on. Sheesh! As Peter finally gets his costume on, Goblin flies out. Yikes! Normie's heading right towards the open window. Gotcha! Uh-oh. This didn't exactly work out as I planned. Peter says as he suddenly realizes physics works. as Goblin flies himself and Pierre right out the window all along the skyline of New York City. Stop! You're not old enough to drive a car! Goblin flies up, flying across the building. No, Nori, don't make me hit the side of that building! Whack! Just once, Pierre says as he's flying against the wall like a little bitty pancake. You would think the writers would give me a break. Pop! Look, we've all seen me hit the ground a million times before. Can we just skip ahead to the next scene? Spot! Pierre asks as he flats across the ground, looking like a little bitty pancake with feet. Guess not. It says like this you find out who your real friends are. I'll remember this. For Pierce's next trick, he brings out a glider of his own. If I have to catch little Normie, I'll have to fly like him. This'll do the trick. Gummy! There he is. Well, my little flying friend, I've got you now right where I want you. Pierre then launches off with his hand glider, flying out towards the little goblin. I've almost got him. He says this as Goblin proceeds to cover him in a smokescreen. I just hope Normie doesn't discover the laser blast in his gloves. Almost as if to punish poor Pierre, Gobby turns around and fires an airsy blast from his gloves with a smile on his face. Well, I must say I saw that one coming. Okay, we all know what happens next. Spider-Man falls. You don't think anyone really wants to see that, do you? And that's when gravity proceeds to take hold, and Spider-Man starts falling towards the ground at terminal velocity. Hey kids! If you want to see Spider-Man fall, dial 1-900-SPLAT. If you want to save Spidey, dial 1-900-SAVE. So, this is what it comes down to. A cheap marketing ploy decides my fate? Well, I'm not worried. My fans won't let me down. I have faith in them. After all, look what happened to Rob. Uh-oh. Operator! I'd like to make 1,000,000 calls to 1-900-SAVE and make it stop me! Sorry, sir. That line is busy. Would you like to hold? Unfortunately, it's too late. Peter Porker hits the ground hard, leaving a very nice impression of him in the street. I am going to get the names of all the kids who voted against me. I'll cancel all your subscriptions. Ticked off, Pierre gets out. That does it. I'm sick of being pushed around. Next time Normie flies by, I'm going to grab on and not let it go. Got him this time! Hey, look, I'm water skiing. Correction, air skiing. Before a very nice chimney hits Pierre where it hurts, he quickly spreads his legs. Whoa! Almost hurt a part of my anatomy comic characters aren't supposed to have. Now if you ask DC... Boo! Made it! Now, Normie, we're going to head for home. There's Normie's apartment. Now, I just gotta know one more thing. How do you stop this crazy thing? And with that, Normie and Spider-Man fly right into the apartment. If I survive this, I swear I'll never want Love Connection again! And at that instant, the Goblin Glider crashes into the closet. Wow, that was a long movie. 3 hours already. And so far, I just reached the intermission. I hope Normie wasn't in any trouble. And sitting there, out of costume, with little Normie, is Peter Porker and the child, watching TV. No trouble at all. Phew, changed our time. Good, then I could go back and watch the rest of the movie. I hope you don't mind. I'll be back in a few hours. And with that, Normie zaps Pierre right on the tushy. We all hope you enjoyed listening to the very special April Fool's edition of Fandom Fridays. We hope we can actually get back to a normal schedule, because right now, my workload continues to drive me insane. Thank you. And I hope you all realize this is why End of End sucks. Thank you.